About a year ago or so, New Path came in front of the town council to explain to the town council and give you a little bit more information to not only to you but the community about their respective network. There are essentially three components to that network. The first component is a hub site, which is the brains of the system made up of computers that operate the overall system. The next element is the underground fiber that connects this hub site with the third and final element, which is the vertical antennas that are distributed throughout the community, thus the name, the distributed antenna system. The item in front of you tonight is a license agreement for New Path to install a fiber line, approximately 1.5 miles, to connect the hub site that was approved by town council in May to some nodes, some antenna nodes in Scottsdale, in Desert Mountain, and to the south in Stagecoach. Hub sites aren't located respective to a community. It's more of a general geographical area. When we approved the conditional use permit for the hub site at Pima Norte, there was a condition placed on there that they enter into a fiber license agreement to place that fiber to connect those antenna sites in Scottsdale. New Path is coming in front of the town council tonight for consideration of a license agreement in respect to a underground fiber line that feeds from the intersection of Pima and Stagecoach into the Pima Norte development and then down Cave Creek Road. This fiber is installed with directional boring. There will be no trenching that we will be allowed of our streets. So this agreement just covers this 1.5 mile section. Mr. Chanel and I have worked with New Path and vetted out some of the other agreements that New Path has executed with surrounding communities. We've tried to pull the best of both worlds and apply that to Carefree. There would be a one-time administrative fee of $75,000, and we feel with the 1.5 mile section that this is equitable considering the respective fiber line that's being installed there and the minimum disruption to our street.
Stephen Garcia here on behalf of New Path Networks, also, as you may know, recently acquired by Crown Council. Our subject here tonight before you involves a critical link to a good portion of our network in Scottsdale. As Gary Neese described, and we're proposing to pay the town $75,000, which is well beyond any sort of typical agreement that we pay with any other jurisdiction here in Arizona as well as the United States.
Would you be opposed to a 1,500-foot location from a home? What would be your reason for that?
DAS is an extension of macro networks. So the 1,500-foot setback from residential works fine for the taller structures that you would typically see in most urban areas, towers and palm trees and pine trees and so forth. The extension of that network, though, is being provided by what we do, which is residential wireless networks. And there's no way for us to have any benefit or add value to their network services if we're 1,500 feet from the customers that they're trying to serve.
And how many feet between antennas are you proposing at this point in time?
Well, if you look at the map, I'm not sure if you had the opportunity to look at the map. It'll show you the locations of the 16 proposed locations. They're typically a quarter mile in some instances, in some instances a little bit less. But the idea here is to give everybody an equal level of service around those locations.
My name is Andy Salvador. I'm the counsel for New Path Networks, Crown Council. Over the last several months, I've worked with Gary and Tom Chanel to put together an agreement. The overall DAS agreement might take too long to do, and we do have a relationship with AT&T. And you were very good with AT&T, and they located their hub here, and they had good things to say about how this is a friendly business environment. And not to wax poetically, but I was actually very impressed sitting in the back of the room listening to the first part of this session tonight, hearing how these impassioned citizens that you have are looking to be business friendly, bring in businesses and allocate funds for marketing. I was very impressed. Like, are we affected? We are affected because we do have a relationship with AT&T. We will be impacted by this. And it was our intent And it was through a lot of hard effort on Mr. Chanel and Gary Neese's part to pull this all together to accommodate my request that we make this meeting tonight and that we vote on it tonight so that we can accommodate our mutual fund.
I would still support continuing this for at least one more
I'm
council.
prepared to put ourselves in a situation where we may get sued by AT&T and/or Newpath. We need to think about that.
Well, that's precisely why I asked the question.
We need to think about that.
Cause any harm to either company.
You got your answer. You got your
And we
answer.
just got that answer. They will be harmed.
Yes.
I heard.
Exactly. Councilman Coady, are you prepared to be responsible for that, as you're so opposed to this?
I'm opposed to it for many reasons, but I don't see if we give our citizens an opportunity to participate in this decision that, I don't think that's the point.
Are you afraid to be sued? Is a gross inadequate approach when you compare that and weigh that against having the opportunity for the citizens to have more input. And I think trying to operate on a basis of fear is not the way we should proceed.
Some people try to do. It's their right. They are licensed, they have a license from the state of Arizona to use all right-of-ways, not private property, right-of-ways. We cannot deny them this. And all they're asking for tonight is a simple underground fiber optics. I've never heard so much discussion about nothing. It just amazes me. I've been in construction 40 years. I have done underground. I've been watching, monitoring the work that they have been doing down Stagecoach and Pima and down Cave Creek and the Scottsdale side, and they are good. They are professionals. They get done, you don't even know they were there. And they are not damaging anything. Again, they have that right. We cannot stop them.
A vote yes will approve the agreement, a vote no is against approval of the agreement.
Councilman Stavoe?
No.
Councilwoman Banish? Yes. Councilman Gimmel?
Yes.
Councilman Coady?
There's a time that principle should override some of the arguments, and a lot of times I vote on principle, and tonight I'll vote on principle again, no.
Thank you. Councilman Coady?
Again, in the spirit of cooperation, yes.
Vice Mayor Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Schwan?
Yes.
The motion carries.
I believe the vote was 5-2.
Yes.
Thank you.